Well, hello, all my amazingly beautiful Gemini friends. My name is Libra Empress, and we're going to be discussing your tarot for today, which happens to be Mother's Day, the 10th of May. Yes, the 10th of May. Sometimes I forget which month I'm in. Now, my beautiful Geminis, we are going to talk about your past, present, and future energies, okay? When we get to future, remember that this is not set in stone, and you can change it, if you don't like it. And it could be your energy or it couldn't be your energy. It all depends on if it resonates. And the only one who would know if it resonates is you, alright? And I apologize for the background noise. That's just how it is at my house, apparently. Also, remember that this is a general reading, and this is for yours as well as for my entertainment. And also, please don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share. That way you'll always be up to date with the content that I produce, and you'll be part of our family, alright? Alright, let's get going, shall we? Now, we're going to talk about your first set of cards, your past energy, which happens to be the World card. This card symbolizes lessons learned, end of a journey, and completion, right? While the world was going to hell, you were safe here, all right, Gemini? You were safe with your family and friends and those that you loved. Now, in a normal tarot deck, I don't think the world's on fire. It's more like a wish fulfillment or something. Don't quote me on that. I see a lot of tarot videos and I hear about the world being such a great thing. But for some reason, mine is World on Fire. That's because it's a zombie tarot deck. So each one is different than what they normally are. Alright, so Gemini, in your past, you dealt with a Three of Swords. Heartache, jealousy, and loss. You were in a third-party situation, whether you wanted to be in or not. Alright? It really tore you up inside. Bloop. You called judgment. You said, I'm accepting responsibility for this situation, and I'm going to accept the responsibility after I have called judgment on this. I'm not dealing with this shit no more. I'm not coming back, and the karma will be dealt. If not by my hand, then by someone else's. You are dealing with the Page of Cups. Now this card signifies that you are dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, or a Pisces, right? Creative, kind, and artistic. But in my deck, I always assume that it has to do with being a little bit of a stalker, okay? He doesn't look like a stalker, but in his story, it says something to the effect of you've got someone who loves you lurking behind a bush, and of course, that's creepy as fuck. So, he's a soft stalker. He's not hardcore, so you had a stalker, right? Someone watching you. Now, this is my favorite card, and here's the reason why. This is the Ace of Hazards. Possibilities, financial rewards, and new beginnings. Not to mention you get a high five from the undead. Kapow! Yeah. And then I always think of the Pinky and Brain song. What are we going to do today, Brain? Well, we're going to take over the world. Just kidding, it doesn't sound like that. You can look up the theme to Pinky and the Brain. I'm old, but I'm also young, so I'm from a different generation. Okay, so this is your current energy. Now, my beautiful Geminis, you are at 4 of Wands. Currently, you are celebrating your prosperity, obviously celebration, right? And your rewards. I think you're getting married, right? A normal tarot deck, it always signifies like a marriage going on. It always has like 4 wands and then 2 people. It kind of looks like an altar. Like, not in the general sense, but like, I don't know, it's like a doorway that has like flowers going up it that stands behind the bridegroom and the pastor. So, that's what I think of when I think of this card. But I love the art of this, and so this one doesn't show that you're getting married, but it does show that everybody's having a party and eating bones. It looks like they went to KFC. If KFC was into zombie themes. Your first clarifier is the High Priestess. Now, Gemini, this signifies that there's mystery, intuition, and secrets. That you're trying to figure out what the hell is going on, and nobody's saying anything. Alright, sorry about that. Let's see if I can get it to... There we go. I hate when it goes that way. Sometimes my phone goes cross-eyed and blind at the same time. Alright, so this card here, this is the Page of Swords. In your current energy, this could be your card. So you're dealing with either you, a Libra, or an Aquarius, or another Gemini, alright? This says that you're inquisitive, headstrong, and observant. You're wondering what the fuck. And if shit hits the fan, you know the best escape route. Yes, you do. This is a fire sign card set. Ace of Wands. A lot of tarot readers signify the wands as being the male phallic, which is a penis. I'm not 100% sure, but I guess we're gonna go with that. This also signifies new tasks, motivation, and energy. So you know you're on a roll for your goals. And currently, you've also got the Sun card. This card signifies that you're succeeding, you're very enlightened, and you're heading towards the sunset in a helicopter. Not literally, but, you know, metaphorically. In your head, you're going for new hope towards the sunset. You're like, nah, I'm not gonna chill on that, that roof with all those zombies. I always think of Alice from Resident Evil, you know, the second one. That one's my favorite. But yeah, where they catch a helicopter out of town and it crashes. This one won't crash though, okay? I'm just saying now, but that's what I think of when I see this. Now your future, which isn't set in stone. Your future energy is the Page of Wands. This signifies that you're youthful, you have high goals, and you know you're needing to grow within. But that's not to say that, you know, that you're childish or anything. We're all of us are how do I put this? We're all ever evolving and growing as individuals, working on ourselves, right? But this can also mean that there's an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius in your mix, okay? But this high chair is definitely not going to keep you from your goals, and the reason for that is because you're going to get up out of it and you're going to fucking make miracles happen. Yes, you are. Now, Temperance suggests that you are dealing with a Sagittarius, but you're very balanced. Alchemy and cooperation, so you're doing good there. But here's the thing, in the future you're dealing with the Ten of Swords. Disaster, rotten, ruin, and destruction. So everybody's wanting a piece of you, and it's starting to take a toll. This reminds me of what was that knight called? The Foolish Knight. He starts off and he's very rich, right? He starts off on his journey, riding his horse, and you know he's got his everything, and he's just on his way, and people keep stopping him every so often. Hey, we need this. Hey, we need that. Well, by the time he gets to the forest edge, he's without a horse, he's without clothes, and he walks in, and then some little cannibals go, hey, we're hungry. Can we eat you? And he gives up himself. So all that's left after they eat him is just his head and a pile of bones. So you're trying to fight for what's yours, and everybody's trying to take a piece of you. And it's not easy. No, God, is definitely not easy, but you're working through that. Unfortunately, your ending will be the Ace of Swords. So you're dealing with trials, intellect, and action. You have to be careful what you say and how you say it to who you say it, because you're going to end up cutting, you're going to end up saying something foolish and cutting a relationship off that might actually hurt you in the end. Okay, in my deck, this always says, well, be careful, because if you cut off, you know, if you cut off that zombie's head, this sword's double-edged, so it might actually, you know, cut off your head as well, you know, rip your head from your spine or something like that, right? But yeah, so if you don't want to lose any family or friends, you might want to look into being careful how you act around them, because it looks to me like you might be cutting off a Sagittarius. Let's take a recap. So you're the world, right? Lessons learned, end of one journey and beginning of the next. But you were dealing with a three of swords, a triangle. You're calling judgment on that, yet that person that you cut off is watching you, who's a Pisces, Scorpio, or Sagittarius. No, I mean Cancer, sorry. Right? But you're getting a helping hand. It's going to be okay, and that's your past energy. Current energy is you're celebrating, you're having to look within. You're dealing with a Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. And of course a Sagittarius somewhere. But ultimately, I mean, you know where you're going and what you're going to do, and you've got your task, and you're heading towards the sunset or sunrise because you know, things are looking up. Unfortunately, shit's not going to hold you back, but you're dealing with a Sagittarius, right? And it might be a toxic relationship. Maybe it is that ex, right, that's coming back. And you know what? Air signs and fire signs are really good together, but they're not so good together, if that makes sense. I know, because I'm married to a Sagittarius. And I'm an air sign. But, they keep asking you for shit, right? And you don't, and you're getting tired of the bullshit, and you're gonna have to end the situation, but you don't want to do it to where you're hurting yourself in the end, in the long run. But, I mean, it looks like your choices are made, unless you decide to change this. Ultimately, though, I feel like this is your ending card, alright, Gemini? What it means is that, you know, you're very youthful, and shit's not gonna hold you back. And it seems like the chaos kind of is bouncing all over the place, but your goals are getting complete. You're not dealing with a third party. Shit's not hurting you anymore. And ultimately, this all looks good. Like, it looks good that you're heading towards, you know, something brighter, but at the same time, you might end up cutting off that Sag and hurting yourself. And, you know, maybe it's a family member. Someone who, you know, they keep asking for help, and you keep helping, but it's hurting you in the long run, and they're not really paying you back. Or maybe it's an ex that's thinking you're a sugar daddy or sugar mama, right? But you've got your shit to handle. You've got this, okay? I hope you like this. It will get better, but first it's got to get a little bit darker, and ultimately, currently, it's not super dark. You're just kind of very acquisitive and wondering what the fuck, and you're trying to accomplish your goals. But you gotta also remember that, Gemini, you are not a doormat, okay? And you deserve respect. But, you know, you've got to give respect, too. Well, you don't have to, but you choose to because you're kind, Gemini. You are. So you give respect to those, and you expect respect in return. Expect respect in return. Whew, what a tongue twister, eh? But ultimately, this looks good. I'll leave it on this as a high note. You're gonna kick ass. I see good things for you. Just be careful with what you say and how you say it, who you're gonna say it to. And if you need any help, just message me. Let me know how it's going. Personal readings are $5. Just email me at libraempress801@gmail.com, or leave me a message on here. Let me know how you're doing. Please don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share, and join me again for tomorrow's daily horoscope or next time's tarot, alright? I love you, Gemini. Bye.